Hey guys, I'm Jax.
And I'm Victoria.
And you're listening to
Like Totally Random, a new podcast about music, movies, Netflix, and everything in between.
So you just discovered that Lil Nas X literally made paninis with Gordon Ramsay.
I don't know a better person to be able to teach Lil Nas X a very simple sandwich recipe, do you?
Absolutely not. Nothing like the expert. It's kind of funny because I watched it all unravel on Twitter. So he literally tweeted Gordon Ramsay and was like, yo, I'm in London, teach me how to make a panini.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. And Gordon Ramsay told him anytime, just tell me when and where.
Oh, shit. I love Gordon Ramsay.
I do too.
Like, he seems really intense in some of his shows, but overall, I feel like he's kind of down for whatever, like, you know, you kind of see some of the celebrities he interacts with, and he gives them shit, but it's also kind of like, doesn't make him feel too dumb.
Right.
But kind of is, like, up for obviously making that money because he's got so many things going on.
Absolutely.
Like, he's got, like, restaurants, he's got, like, 4 different shows, but, like, he just seems kind of like a chill guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is a character. Yeah. Not that I know.
Too.
I did see him at LAX at Tom Bradley. Shout out.
Shout out to the terminal.
Hey, it's really nice. They upgraded it a lot, okay?
It's about time.
But yeah, I saw him when I was going through security. I'll post that little sneak peek.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun fact, I cannot take secret photos of people.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm 100%
you're like
one of those.
Holding up the phone right in front of their face, thinking
Absolutely.
that it's like hidden.
The second I click the button, the camera sound will go off. Even though I haven't had my phone off vibrate since like 1999.
No, of course, the one time.
Mm-hmm. It always happens to me. I can't do it. My friend is always like, "Take a picture." You know I can't.
Was he close enough to hear it, to notice?
No, okay. He was close, but not close enough to hear him. He was having an interaction with TSA, but he seemed really like congenial, and that's not the word. Genial. Mm-hmm. He seemed very nice.
That's good. Was it a woman patting him down?
Oh, you know what? I can't remember. I'd have to go back and find the picture.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I pointed him.
Let's post it.
Yeah, let's do it. I pointed him out to my mom, and of course, she had no idea who the fuck he was. No. She's like, who?
She watches TV, doesn't she?
Yeah, but...
Not cooking shows?
She does watch cooking shows, but not him. I think he's too angry for her.
Okay.
I don't know. But I do love when he interacts with kids.
Me too. He's so sweet. He's nothing but, like, encouraging and really nice.
Right.
And not scary at all.
No, he doesn't yell at them or anything. Mm-hmm. So that's why I kind of feel like... I mean, I get it. I would be nice to kids and mean to adults. They deserve it.
Yeah, adults suck. And he's got, like, 12 kids.
That's very true. That is very true.
He knows how to interact with them, and he actually has a show where like his kids are on there cooking with him sometimes.
Oh,
it's really sweet.
That sounds heartwarming.
He's actually very sweet with them, and like 2 out of his 3 kids are just like chefs in the making.
Damn! Imagine if Gordon Ramsay was your dad.
Dude, that'd be wild.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
But also, I don't think you'd see him a lot.
And that also sounds nice.
Yeah, you just have like a ton of money. And can you pick out the 2 people who had fathers in their lives? Everybody in the room, please raise your hand if your dad was at home. Oh, no hands are raised.
Damn.
Cut deep.
God, that trauma's really coming out. This is a great session.
How do we get from Gordon Ramsay to here? Damn.
Daddy issues are present in everyday life.
Please come sit on our couch. We will teach you all about our daddy issues.
Oh my God.
I have had my literary love reinvigorated lately.
That's awesome. What triggered that?
So near my house, we have like this little like mini library that somebody made out of a newspaper stand.
What are they called? They're like found libraries?
Kind of, yeah, like
that?
A found library or like mini, I can't remember what ours is called, but on top it's like adult books, and then on the bottom it's children's books. And so me and my daughter were walking past, for those of you who don't know, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and so we were walking past at night one day, and I go, oh, what's that? And it's like bright yellow, and it's like sticking out, and we go up to it, and it's a found library, and I opened up the door, and she like picked out a few books, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, and because she loves reading at the moment. But then I opened up the top door, and I was like, oh, like I haven't read in so long. I needed something, and so I picked up The Hunger Games. And it has been a very long time, but I've wanted to read it for years, since I can remember. And I loved it. It was so good. It's not a children's book, like, in my mind at all.
No.
Like, it doesn't get that vibe. Like, no, I don't think anybody ever told me, but I guess from the movies, because I saw the movies first, I thought it would be more on the children's side.
I don't know if it isn't technically like a young adult book.
Right.
I don't know.
Like Twilight.
Oh my god, you and Twilight.
No, I just mean like you said,
that genre,
young adult, yeah. And maybe it is, but it doesn't read that way.
Right.
It is fairly simple, but it's fun and it's exciting and I love it. I did finish. Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to read the other.
So did you read the full series or?
No, I just read the first book. And so
Okay.
I have to read Catching Fire. I have to read I think it's 3 more. So yeah, I'm excited. I need to go to the library and get my card out and get the 3 additional books.
Hashtag support your libraries. They're valuable resources in your community. I only read the first one because I have this weird thing when it comes to series in terms of books. I always feel like the second one ruins the first one. And I kind of felt that way with Hunger Games.
No.
But I don't think it's true. I think that was just my interpretation.
A fear.
Just because I loved the first one so much and I loved the alliances and relationships that were built, if you will. And I feel like the second one obviously wanted to expand on that and go deeper. And it just kind of was ruining the perfect moment of just the first book.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I see.
So that's why I never finished it.
Gotcha.
But it was good. I loved it. It's an easy read, but also really interesting.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie?
I saw the first one. I saw the first one. I haven't watched any of the others, though.
Yeah.
I've seen snippets, of course. Like, the internet loves them.
Yeah.
Or loves making fun of them, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it. Because they're not great movies, and it's kind of unfortunate because I think there's some good actors in them, but they're actually not portrayed anything like the books. And sometimes I think that's good, and sometimes I think that's bad.
Right.
I don't like when you watch movies and you're like flipping page word for word. I think that you have to have your own creative, cinematic idea about it. So I'm glad that they're not word for word, but I don't know. They don't stick too close to the books.
For me, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the book is always going to be better. I've never
For
watched a movie where the movie was better than the book.
Twilight.
Stop! How is that true?
Because the first movie was trash.
All of the movies were trash. What do you mean the first?
I like the last movie, but I'm one of those.
I didn't watch the last one, but I'm still.
It's not good. No, it's not
It's
good.
still trash.
By any, it's
Oh
100%
my
trash.
God.
But like, the book is less trash than the movie.
Okay,
For sure.
that makes sense. Oh my god.
Love it. I also love me some Josh Hutcherson.
I do too. He's a little on the short side.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah.
He's also got a big nose.
True.
Short, big nose. That's my thing.
Maybe his eyes aren't close enough for me to like.
Actually, his eyes are really close together.
He's cute, but like boyish.
Yeah.
Too boyish. I
Yeah.
think that's the problem.
Boy next door kind of thing.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel
Which
that.
works for some people, but it's just not my cup of tea, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever watch Future Man?
Future Man? No, I didn't.
Hulu. You have to watch it. It is so freaking good. It is amazing. It's crazy. It's about time travel or interdimensional travel. It's actually really good, and it's actually made by Hulu. It's hilarious and kind of a little raunchy. Not like sexually, but kind of like, kind of gross. They don't really hold back as much as I thought Hulu would for being kind of a family channel.
Right. Yeah, I think they're kind of a family brand.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to check it out. If there's one thing I love, it is time travel, interdimensional travel, what have you, anything kind of sci-fi. That's my jam. Anything dystopian, end of the world, weird, like fake societies. Ugh, that's my bread and butter.
Same. Dark.
Oh my god. I loved that show so much.
Same.
The second season just came out. I have to watch it, but I have to commit to rewatching the first season because so much happened. I can't remember.
No, I don't even know what happened. And it happened so long ago, and it was it wasn't confusing. I got it in the end, except maybe the last couple of minutes. I have to rewatch the whole thing.
I remember No, I don't remember anything. I just remember that I loved it and that there was time travel and it had...
Actually, I think it's interdimensional travel, this one, isn't it?
I think it's time
travel?
travel. Yeah, because it's the guy who goes back to the 80s and he comes back, but it's all the same plane of existence.
You're
I am a
right.
scientist.
God damn it, Victoria.
I'm an astrophysicist. I'm
Turned podcaster.
That's not the right one. That's not the right scientist.
Astral Projectional.
Yeah, I can astral project.
Yeah, fuck yeah. God, that'd be sweet.
I feel like it would be scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd be like totally down for it.
But can you control it? Like, can you just turn it on and turn it off?
I don't think anybody would be able to just like do that.
No. But that's the thing. It's like, obviously you have to work at it.
Yeah.
But can you choose not to?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you ever read the Time Traveler's Wife?
No, but I watched the movie.
Oh, God. That is not McAdams' best role.
I didn't mind it.
First of all, I love Santana. Shout out Australian. But, like, the book, amazing. Okay. So good. So if you liked... You own the book?
Yeah.
But you haven't read it?
No, I have so many books.
Oh, my God, you have to read it.
I have so many books. I could probably make a fortune if I sold them. It's insane. My dream has always been to have my own library.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like a little tiny like library turned coffee shop on the side.
Sure, something like that. Or something more like the library in Beauty and the Beast.
Holy shit. Damn, you have that many books. Wow.
I mean, I don't yet.
That escalated quickly.
I don't yet.
I'm thinking like this little tiny corner like on the
that
side.
Would be cute, but no, I want like a full study dedicated to my books.
That'd be sweet.
I was an English major, so yeah.
I feel that.
You know what movie I do really like? And I don't know if it's based on a book, About Time. No? It's
About
Time.
No,
what? I'm sorry. That is the name of the movie. God damn it.
About Time.
Yeah, the movie About Time. I think it has Domhnall Gleeson. I probably really mispronounced his name.
I have no idea who
the
that
ginger
is.
guy, the newest Star Wars. I know that's not going to help. He was in Harry Potter. I'll tell you my theory about British actors in a minute.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, he wasn't the twin. He was...
The older one?
Charlie?
Oh, I like him.
Yeah. He's got a weird face, but I just think he's really cute. I don't know why.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like gingers. Wow, that was positive.
I sometimes love gingers and sometimes I don't. It's not like a deal breaker or anything like that. Oh yeah, it's got him and I want to say it's Rachel McAdams, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm confusing her with somebody else.
How many movies has she done that are unneeded?
It is her.
Gonna.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams. I actually really liked that movie. It's kind of cheesy, but it's got an interesting concept. This is gonna be spoilers. So it's basically the men in this family are able to time travel, but whenever there's a fixed point, they can't time travel or they change the present. So at one point he has a daughter and he realizes he can't go back past that point anymore or he's going to change the outcome of like his daughter's life. So I thought it was really interesting because I haven't seen anything like that. That's such a weird, specific rule.
Totally.
You know? And I thought I had seen it all. I've loved time travel since Back to the Future.
So Time Traveler's Wife kind of touches on that too, but not the premise. Yeah.
The thing about Time Traveler's Wife that bothered me is that basically he just disappears and reappears, and it's
he doesn't have control over it.
Right, exactly. I think that's what kind of bothers me. Like if you have the ability to time travel, it sucks if you can't control it. What's the point?
If you can't control it, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, didn't he travel the opposite storyline of her?
Yeah. Yes. He time traveled to meet her. He time traveled to save her after he died. He time traveled back in time when he was born.
What?
Like, dude, it's
I need to
wild.
Okay, I need to read that book, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like, he time traveled knowing her, but she didn't know him yet.
Right. So it's like she's young and he's old and lived this whole life with her, and that's when they first meet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he leaves, and then they meet each other at a similar age, at like 16 or whatever, and kind of start to like grow up together.
Oh, okay.
And then he stops being able to control it or something. I can't remember, to be honest now.
Interesting.
But it's actually quite a good book. I'm upset that I had to leave it back in many of my travels, but it's a very good book.
Okay, so it's not quite a theory, it's more of an observation in terms of British actors. So in my mind, there's a bajillion British actors, right? There's a whole island.
island.
You know, an
Yeah.
entire nation, if you will.
Yeah.
Multiple nations, whatever. The interesting thing about British shows and things like that is that they're all just kind of people
Oh, right.
that you can really believe are... I love British procedurals, so I can really believe these are people that live in that city. These are really cops. These
Right.
are, you
really
know...
doctors or really
Exactly.
people working or something.
Exactly. Like, that's a real farmer. Those are real sheep, you know? But here, obviously, the actors are a lot more about the aesthetic and the look and all that kind of thing. So I feel like Hollywood, if you will, has only deemed a handful of British actors.
Good enough?
I guess.
Cool enough? Appropriate enough? Britishy enough?
We'll go with good enough. It's good enough. They've only deemed a handful of British actors good enough to be in American cinema, American film, if you will. So more often than not, you will see like the same British actors recycled through anything that you're watching.
Interesting. I do notice that for some shows and movies, for sure.
And like obviously they're fantastic actors, and there are some actors that are great regardless of aesthetic or anything like that. But I just think it's ironic that it's always the same like 5 people, and all of them were in Harry Potter. All of them.
Robert Pattinson, Twilight, shout out.
Like literally, you're watching a movie, you're like, where have I seen him? Oh, Harry Potter. That's right, he's British.
It's true though. They really got the bulk of their really good actors to somehow manage to either get their start in or be a part of in some sort of way Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I mean, it
true.
is still one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, more so... Okay, here's something really funny.
Oh, no.
I have never read the books, and I've never watched the film, but...
What?
I watched like the first one, the second one, but that's about it.
What?
But I know every single thing that happens in Harry Potter.
How?
Quiz me and I know it all.
How, though?
I don't know.
Just from, like, people
I
talking
think
about
through
it so much?
osmosis. I have no idea.
For the transfer of the other books that you've read that have been on the shelf with the other Harry Potter.
I guess, yeah. I'm like, oh, yes, I suddenly remember what happens in the Slytherin
Bam.
common room.
It just came to you.
I don't know. I have no idea, but quiz me. I know it all.
I mean, I'm sure you do.
It's insane.
Do you not want to see the movies?
I mean, I feel like their time has passed.
I know, it is kind of... I feel like you can watch, like, 6 and 7, both parts of 7, and feel good about it.
Okay.
It's not... It doesn't... Those ones haven't dated themselves.
Okay.
I feel like the first ones definitely did. The CGI, just how young they are, like, everything is just a little bit too old, but the more recent ones, the final ones, they're pretty good.
Okay. I know I'll watch them eventually. I'm just not going to go out of my way to watch them.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and not only that, but you really would. They're not on Netflix. They're not on Hulu.
True.
You'd have to pay for them.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
And so, if you're not into it, we paid for them. We pay $60 for the whole thing.
Oh my God.
We watch them all the time.
Okay, well, that's a deal then.
Yeah, like, we'll put them on in the background when we go to bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's... Okay, this is random, but you know what's a really scary thought? There will be another remake of Harry Potter in our lifetime.
That would be so weird, dude. I can't even...
Who else is going to be Harry?
Who would be Harry? Who would be Hermione? Like, it's people we don't even know yet.
No, they're probably not even born yet, if you think about it.
Yeah, because you can't remake them for another, like, 10 years.
No, it's too soon.
15. But, I mean, like, I feel like Hollywood takes something and does it real quick. Like, how are we on, like, the 3rd Spider-Man?
Yeah, what the... Well, because all of the Spider-Mans before weren't up to snuff.
Terrible.
Although I did like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
I think he brings a freshness to it, but Tom is my favorite.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's different because it's tied into the Avengers. It's
How do we always come back around to MCU?
Because I love it. Because it's excellent.
Wow, that just...
Full circle, guys.
Felt
We're
like-
always full circle.
Like, totally random.
Yeah, totally randomly full circle. So obviously the next thing you're going to want to read is The Hunger Games.
Yes,
What
the
is
rest of them.
What is it, Catching Fire?
Catching Fire, and then I think Mockingjay are the last ones. Yeah, I want to definitely finish the series. How about you? What are you reading?
I'm reading... Okay, so you know how I said I don't do series?
Yes.
Okay, so my coworker convinced me to read the Dark Tower series by
Who?
Stephen King, Ruth.
Oh.
And she has the whole series, so she's been lending it to me book by book. So I'm on the 4th book now, And it's definitely been over a month since I've even been able to pick it up. I've just been busy.
Yeah.
But I actually really like it so far. This might be a series that I finish.
You said Stephen King?
Stephen King,
What's
yeah.
it about?
Okay, it's really hard to explain. It is dystopian. Okay. Absolutely. It's like almost post-apocalyptic. There's definitely different planes of existence as well. There's some time travel. You know what? It actually checks all the boxes.
It's a theme for you.
Yeah, it's real. I'm
all
shook.
Of your themes.
I didn't realize. Oh my god. This is a revelation. This has been a great therapy session.
Here's your money.
And there's like okay, so he's a gunslinger, right?
Okay.
And he's the last gunslinger. You don't know why he's the last gunslinger. That's kind of what the story is evolving around. There's a dark tower, and the whole thing is him getting to the dark tower, and a bunch of crazy shit happens in between. And it's weird. It's got a weird take on like technology and mixing really modern things, maybe futuristic, with really old-timey Western kind of things.
Okay.
It's super interesting. I think it's like 7 books. Probably gonna take me years to finish it, to be honest. I've read all 3 of the first ones this year, but
how many more is there?
I think I have at least maybe 3 more.
That's not bad.
This. Yeah, but they're
you
like
finished by the end of the year.
They're 500 plus.
Oh shit!
Every book adds on another 100 pages. I think the longest one is maybe 800 to 900 pages.
What in the world?
Yeah, so I picked probably the biggest series to start with for my first series.
But is it very Stephen King?
You know, I haven't read any other Stephen King, so I'm not sure. It's not like his horror genre at all.
Right.
Of course, there's some gruesome things because it's very action. It's very thriller. But it's also got that kind of fantasy sci-fi element to it, so it makes sense. Right. And it's not gore for the sake of gore.
Right. Like his other shit.
Yeah, like It or whatever. I don't ever want to read
that.
Movies.
No,
But yeah, I need something else to read. Sometimes I get tired of reading the whole, the same story over and over. I think that's another reason I have issues with series. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, any awesome dystopian books, anything about time travel,
yeah, throw them her way.
Yeah,
she needs it.
What are you looking for in your next book?
I don't know. I feel like I want to get off of a series. Mm-hmm. I like this, and I like that The Hunger Games has reinvigorated my love for books, but I don't actually like series either. Mm-hmm. I would prefer one-offs. I like weird books.
I do too.
I don't like you said, the traditional same story over and over. If I have to read about another fucking love story, I'm going to shoot somebody. We are not your everyday rom-com, read about love stories women. So if you guys have something strange out there, please let me know. Tag me in our Instagram, tag us on Twitter. Definitely just give us some ideas, because I think we kind of need that in our lives right now.
Yeah, I definitely want to focus more on reading and more on reading contemporary things. I mostly stick to classics.
Oh yeah,
which is nerdy as fuck, but get me away from my classics, get me something contemporary, something I can actually talk about with people at parties.
Yeah, totally. Something new.
Yeah, instead of like, hey, did you read the Odyssey lately? Because I did.
That's fresh. I did 12 times.
Yeah, it's been twice now, actually.
Here's my number.
Okay, so this is totally random, but I watched really weird movies over the weekend.
What?
I guess they're more random than weird, but I watched Under the Silver Lake. Have you seen it?
No, what is that?
Okay, it's this really weird movie with Andrew Garfield, and I can't even explain it. It's insane. So basically, it's this guy, Andrew Garfield, aka Spider-Man the Past, and he is kind of a creep in the beginning. He's like spying on his neighbors, and like there's this young girl at the pool. I mean, young woman, I guess I should say. They're all in their like 20s, and he's like spying on her or whatever, and he clearly likes her, and he finally talks to her, and they have a great time and blah blah, and she's like, come over tomorrow, and she totally disappears the next day. Her apartment is completely empty. All of her roommates are gone. Okay. And there's a weird symbol painted on the wall. Okay. And so that's a catalyst to him thinking, like
something has happened to her.
Right, exactly. So he goes to, like, the leasing office and is like, what the fuck happened? And they're like, she moved out. It's no big deal. And there's this weird billionaire that's gone missing. And suddenly he ends up dead in a car crash. And there's a hat she's wearing that's tied to that car crash.
That has that symbol?
No. It's just her hat. so he's like, how did she move out? And then she's in a car crash. How did any of this happen, like, simultaneously? And so then he starts digging deeper, and it's insane. You have to watch it. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, I fucking hate this movie. And then when I finished it, I was like, that was fucking excellent. Movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those movies where, I mean, like I've said before, I love movies that have LA specifically as the character. And this is it. I mean, it's Silver Lake. Yeah. And so many things you see are iconic. There is a shot at the Griffith Park Observatory and everything like that. It is so good.
So iconic.
You have to watch it.
I'm down. Super down. I like movies that make you think.
Yes.
A lot. I feel like, of course, we love MCU. We love things that are nice and easy, but it's so hard and rare nowadays to find something that I'm genuinely interested in or confused by. Right. And like the story just keeps building and building. So I'm super down. That sounds great.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies. And I mean, it's so great. The shots are amazing.
Silver Lake has such an Instagram vibe.
100%. This whole movie is just Instagram shot after Instagram shot. There's one part where there is a screening at not Hollywood Forever, Forest Lawn. You know how they do like movies in the cemetery or whatever. And there's like this weird underground party, and there's an exclusive thing to get into, and
that's so LA.
Exactly. And I feel like LA has that kind of, it's like full of FOMO. Yeah. You know, fear of missing out. I feel like there's that vibe to LA in general, that there's always another party that you don't know about and that you weren't invited to.
For sure.
And I think this movie has that full thing, and you kind of get a peek into that weird it girl life.
Right.
Which I find really interesting.
Is she an it girl? Is that what you kind of find out about her a little bit?
Kind of.
Don't want to give it away.
Like the crowd that she runs with, they're kind of that girl who's like mysterious but like really cool, and like you could never be her. Right. You know? Yeah. Even if you are her, you can never be her.
Yeah. Love it. What else did you watch?
I also watched, like I said, totally random. I watched Some Kind of Wonderful.
What? Very random. How did that even happen?
I don't know.
On Netflix or what?
On Prime.
Okay.
Both of these are on Prime. I hadn't seen that movie before, and I've watched like every John Hughes movie ever.
I haven't seen it in so long.
It's honestly, I hated it. It's my least favorite John Hughes movie. It makes no sense.
I can't even recall any scenes that I can confidently say I liked.
No. And I mean, okay, so the story is basically this guy from like literally the wrong side of the tracks. Not that popular in high school. His friend is, for lack of a better term, super butch, and everybody thinks she's a lesbian.
That's right. It's coming back to me.
She's got that two-tone hair, and she like dresses in boys' clothes and everything. Yep. And there's a girl who is the mom from Back to the Future?
Yes.
Yeah, the mom from Back to the Future. And she's like the cool girl, but she's also from the wrong side of the tracks.
Right.
But she like fell in with the popular crowd and like acts like she's rich, etc. And so he really likes her and wants to be with her, and he asks her out, and she agrees to like make her boyfriend jealous or something. But what I don't understand is at one point he learns that this whole thing is a setup.
Fake, yeah.
Yeah. And so then he decides, I'm going to take out all of my college money and take this girl on the best date ever.
I can't.
Like, what?
I don't.
And then suddenly he's in love with his best friend?
Yeah. Well, Mary Stuart Masterson. Hard not to be in love with Mary Stuart Masterson.
Obvi.
But Leah Thompson, not so much for me.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't. The whole movie, because it's Eric Stoltz who's in this. Yeah. The whole movie just, the few parts I can actually remember watching, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Did you ever watch that Love Don't Cost a Thing? Do you remember that like 2000 movie, like in those early noughties?
I need more.
It was like Nick Cannon, Christina Milian was in it. It kind of reminds me of that sort of thing, where it's like, oh, I know this is fake, but I'm trying to buy your love, and you're gonna love me, and it's like, ugh, it's just so kind of like high school.
It's so, there's no character development either.
There's nothing there.
No, there's no growth from anybody except for maybe her character, in that she realizes that she doesn't need to rely on her friends, and that kind of thing.
With, people around her.
Really the only growth. But what is the point? Like, the whole movie was set up just so that the best friends could get together.
Yeah.
For why?
Like, why the fuck would Mary Stuart Masterson get with him?
Dude, right?
Why?
Like, what is redeeming about him? Like, what is so cool about him?
He doesn't have money anymore. There's no money.
No, he's not going to college. He's like an okay painter.
I don't even remember his occupation. It was so bad. It definitely doesn't live up to a lot of the other John Hughes movies.
No.
What's your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. I waffle between The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles.
Okay.
What about you?
Definitely up there. The Breakfast Club is up there. It's just so iconic, and so many things have come from that particular movie. Like, it really does kind of emulate how you feel in high school or how you feel as like a teenager. It tries to break down the barriers of like different sorts of people in school, or like even how you feel about different sorts of people. So it's hard not to love a young Emilio Estevez.
Oh my god, and that weird muscle tank.
Oh my god, yeah, but hey, he like totally wore it well. Like
100%.
There's something about like his small frame and his butt in those jeans that just kind of like makes his whole character.
It's true.
Judd Nelson.
Yep.
How crazy is it that that particular character who was trying to portray like a trashy, maybe white trash kind of person sparked a whole like fashion genre.
Absolutely.
It's crazy because like, so they've even remade parts in this movie in other movies. So, like, the last scene where he sticks his hand and throws his fist up in the air, like how many times has that been redone? So I think it's so iconic, it's hard not to absolutely love The Breakfast Club, and it'll forever go down, and it's my favorite John Hughes movie.
I mean, honestly, move over Citizen Kane. Breakfast Club is the quintessential film
of our generation.
Your generation? My generation? Yeah.
Fuck. No.
Wow.
No.
Cultural divide there.
See, like, that, I think that came out in 86, dude.
Yeah.
I was born in 86.
Okay.
So, like, my mom's generation.
Yeah.
For sure.
I guess to us, it's nostalgia.
It's true.
You know? And I think that's why it's so good.
Yeah, that's true.
I would okay, my definitive ranking is going to be Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Weird Science.
Definitely Weird Science.
Pretty in Pink. Some Kind of Wonderful is like 10, 15, 13
it doesn't come close. I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings by saying it was absolutely not on my list.
No.
There's no way it comes close to anything. So, guys, what are your favorite John Hughes movies? Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Is Ferris
Bueller's Day Off.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't even really consider that one, but
I kind of tend to love like the teen romancy ones.
That's true. It feels so Hughes.
It's a different vibe, I think. You know, Ferris Bueller I think is a standalone.
Yeah.
It's its own thing.
It is. That's true.
But yeah, tell us what your ranking is. Do you completely disagree with us? Do you think we're spot on like I do? Tweet us at like totes random, or leave us a comment on Instagram at like totally random. And don't forget to subscribe and rate wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.